Latif, aka Lily Imani. Welcome to Easy Does It.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for spending the day with us today.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier, I'm very excited and nervous to have you here.
Okay.
But most of all, I'm very appreciative of your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so funny because I said this to you before we started rolling Telekan because Fatin mentioned you to me.
Yeah.
And then your brother Fuad here also mentioned you to me. And then I was like, okay, I want to have her at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to have you on sooner, honestly.
Amazing.
Yeah, but the stars have aligned.
Yeah.
And then when you shared that Posh Kifli punya story, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shoot my shot. Yeah, I was like, I can
now or never.
Yeah, it's now or never. I can never expect if people who I reach out to will say yes or not, because I want to save myself the disappointment in case they say no. But I'm so happy you said yes. What went through your head when I sent you that DM?
Because it was, oh no, I was okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
I was okay.
Yeah, have people reached out to you before a lot for mentorship or macam?
Mentorship, yes, a lot.
Okay.
Tapi to interview, to get to know me, to share my story, na pernah lah. I think jual pasal there's no platform for it.
Okay.
And then maybe orang dah berani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the first.
Yeah.
This is Easy the exclusive.
Because usually it's all about business. Business. Like teach me how to do business. I want to
Okay.
do business with you. But never getting to know me.
Yeah, the
and
person
all that.
behind
Yeah.
the whole business empire, right?
And I was just thinking a few nights ago to my husband, I said, what is there to know about me? I'm not sure what I can bring to the table.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? You're not the first who said that.
Okay.
But so far, I feel like I'll do my best to also macam steer the conversation. Because a few people actually have the same concern. Macam when they come on my show, before as they sit down, they're like, Izzy, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I think it's more layak kah aku berada di sini?
Oh my God.
I
Every
don't
single
know
person who sits across me deserves to tell their story and for their stories to be heard.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so for context, for people who don't know what you do, give us a brief introduction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am a mother of 5.
Okay.
I'm 38 years old. Right? I think I am. Yes. I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
Okay. I started my business when I was really young. I have been working, I've been exposed to working very young since I think when I was a teenager, sudah was helping my mom because we come from a broken family. My mother is a single mother. Yeah. Broken family. And then since I was a teenager, and I'm the eldest of 7. So I had to take charge. I had to be my mom's, side wing. I had to just do what needed to be done to have a normal family life. So dari awal sudah rajin bekerja. I knew that if we wanted something, if we needed something, mesti kerja. So by the time I was a teenager, sudah kerja. Like me, I had to bring my sister to my mom's kedai runcit. We will go to the suppliers, stock up, deal with staff, deal with customers, and then run her businesses as well. So dari sana, I started my business when I was in university. I started from Facebook, and I had no money at all. Started from helping my friends, kami bergerai lah, pala, and then just selling stuff. And then I started to open a baby shop when I was pregnant with my first. I got married really early because I've always wanted to have children.
Wow.
I wanted lots and lots of children, but at this point, I don't think I can do any more children. So I started very early. I started with very little money on Facebook. Very, very humble beginnings. But a lot of people think, oh, okay lah, Lily Imani, overnight success, but it's not.
Yeah.
I started very small. Started from zero. There has been so many things that have defined me and lessons to be learned to get to where I am right now. So serial entrepreneur, I have 5 businesses. You can just look over my Instagram what I do.
Yeah.
I also mentor a lot of business partners as well. My business is now international.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is where I want to be. So yes.
Okay, so that introduction is the most amazing I've ever heard because there's already so much I want to unpack.
Okay, let's do it.
First of all, thank you so much for sharing your family background. So you come from a broken family, and I can definitely relate, but now I have such a huge admiration for you because I'm also the eldest in my family. I'm the eldest in my family. I grew up mostly with my single mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tapi so my real dad, I like to say my real dad because I have two fathers, right?
Okay.
So my real dad, he was from Thailand. So he left my mother when I was a year old, and then my mother remarried. My late stepfather, he passed away, I think, a few years ago.
Okay.
So macam different from you, I am a bit, I wouldn't say privileged, but my mother ensured that we would always have comfort and stability.
Yeah.
So growing up, only when I was like able to properly think that, when I reflected, I realized that, oh, we actually, growing up, we didn't actually have like all the privileges that we have now.
Yeah.
Because my mother was so great at shielding us from thinking that it was never enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I look back now, I'm like, oh my God, we actually moved around a lot.
Yeah.
We like, yeah, there was so much like sacrifices that she did for the family. So like now listening to you, like you, different from me, you took charge. And do you remember the earliest moment when you realized that you had to be the person taking care of your siblings and also like be there for your mother?
I think it just came naturally as a caregiver. I think that's my love language as well.
Yeah, I can tell that you're very maternal. You're very
Yeah.
nurturing. You have
Very
that energy.
motherly, like-
very motherly. Yeah.
Like when Fuad was born, he was my doll.
oh my God.
He was my doll. And then when my sisters came, you know, they were like, I was so happy. They were babies. I love babies.
Yeah.
I love kittens, kan? So it just kicked in. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
natural. Like when I mean, I was still young, but I could tell that my mom needed me. She needed to grieve. She needed to process her traumas. I mean, we did not blame awal-awal. Yala, it was really difficult for us lah Jua, and then he was still small. He didn't understand it, but I don't know what was going through. But I feel like with me, my mom had to go out, run her businesses, do the best she can. I had to be there for my siblings and make sure that they that we have a normal family life because we went to an international school.
Okay.
We grew up with people who has stability. Yeah, we grew up with people who came to parent-teacher meetings with parents. We grew up with people who had everything. Yeah, but so I wanted that kind of life, even if we didn't have it. But I made sure that we felt it was okay. We lived a good life. Bukannya orang kaya, bukannya, you know, berada, like as you said, macam looking back now, macam, oh, it wasn't so bad after all, after sudah lambat, because we didn't see it. We just did not see it. But yeah, it kicked in because it was just natural for me to just be there for my mom and for my siblings. Indah berkira, indah apa. I just understood my role as the big sister.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there wasn't any conversation between you and mother. But so okay, you mentioned broken family. Is it because of a divorce, a separation?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So he's still around basically lah.
He's still around. Our father left, I think when I was 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
Of course, we did not see him for many, many years. I mean, he was in Brunei pulang, tapi that was just disconnected. And a lot of people don't know this about our family as well. We had no father figure because kasihan lah, because he had to, you know, everybody has their own traumas. You know, he did the best he could, and maybe being in our life at that time was not good for us jua, barangkali. But recently, a few years ago, we reconnected because he fell sick. And he was living his single life lah, macam working out with his friends and all that. Tapi he fell sick. He got a stroke. So automatically, people expected, I mean, his family expected that we jump in and take care of him, and which is what we did. It was uncomfortable. We didn't know him very well. We had to take turns and adjust. Macam me and my sister and Fuad are like, okay, you do this, you do that. Kan? Macam even going to the hospital, we have not met him for years and years and years. And but it felt really natural. Felt really natural. And one thing that I remembered my sister say was, you know, if we don't do this, what kind of people are we? Kan? So take charge saja. We take care of him. we bagi makan ubat. I got a nurse for him. Fuad brings him for physiotherapy and all that, and he's doing so well. And we're just starting to get to know each other now because he's so much better.
Reconnecting.
Yes. Felt weird in the beginning, but Alhamdulillah, macam at the end of the day, we are very lucky to have both our parents alive, maternal parents alive. Macam you know, you have
Getting so
experience.
emotional.
Kan? See? We were given another chance to have our father back. No matter ia sihat ke, tidak sihat ke, ada orang yang doakan kami. But for people yang you lost your father already, macam it stopped right there. Macam rugi rasanya, mana-mana rugi. But for us to get a second chance and still have both our parents, no matter what the circumstances, I think is the secret to success also. Yeah.
It's so amazing how you guys managed to just receive him, welcome him with like open arms.
Oh, not without a fight.
Well,
Not without a
obviously,
fight.
yeah. But after like you got through that, like it was like, okay, you know what? Let's just come together.
Yeah.
Has there been any conversation from him? Did he ever apologize or like?
No, because he's not
type.
he's not that type. He I think he just doesn't know how to communicate with us. Even if he tries to make small talk, he talks about the past. He just tries to get to know us by talking about when we were younger, whatever he could remember lah. Lagipun his memory is not that great after the stroke. But the one thing that he started saying to me, which I've not heard for the past few years, was recently, he said, after I gave him his breakfast, his ubat, he said, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I've not heard that from him in a very long time. Maybe also because he just, it takes so much to just even say thank you.
Yeah.
Acknowledging.
I understand that, because I think there's also like macam, like one, it's like such a stereotypical men to be able to like shove their ego aside and like macam, especially I think it's also, but like you said, right, maybe all he needs is time, and slowly he'll start to he's getting better. Oh my god, that is insane. That's already like a roller coaster ride. You took me there. Wow. But okay, so you mentioned that when you were little, after the divorce, you had to help your mom take care of her business. So your mother have always had businesses.
Yes.
So her family
business.
Okay.
I believe lah. Majority business. Yeah.
So that's where you started that's how you got exposed to this entrepreneurship lah. From a young age. What was the earliest thing that you can remember that you learned from watching her or working beside her, helping her with the business?
Oh, all sorts of things, because even when I was young, my mother and my father were in business as well. So it's like going back from school, going to the office, going to the office, belajar lah. I look at them talk to staff. I lihat, banking in money. I was looking at the files and how to susun barang di office, how to buat invoice, how to, I was always with my mum punya staff as well, billing, invoicing apa. So I had that, I had all that exposed to me at a very young age, and I had no idea that I didn't have that drive in me to want to, graduate, cari kerja. I didn't want any of that. Yeah.
You just wanted to.
Yeah, because I knew that if you wanted money, you can get it from there, from doing business.
This is her, apa tu? You mentioned kedai runcit kan?
Kedai runcit ada di bandar at the bus station, and then she had a grass cutting company. So I was when I was a teenager, I got my driver's license. After school, I actually bring my sisters in the car and macam jadi supervisor, mencek orang potong rumput. And I was a teenager. Yeah, while my friends were, balik ke rumah, makanannya kena hidang sudah, bajunya kena cucikan, buat homework apa. But we had a completely different life.
That is crazy.
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned you have 7 siblings altogether, including you, Kanta.
Yes.
So you're the eldest.
Yes.
And then what is the
third?
The third.
Yeah.
Okay, so mostly female.
Yes, we have 2 brothers. I have 2 brothers. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So all your other siblings, are they also interested in business? Ataupun
One of my sister after me, she's in business.
okay.
Another sister works as an embryologist, so she has no business.
So she's more
Yeah, I mean,
help
it's okay. You want to do business, you do
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
can't do business, then do whatever you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you take a lot from your mother?
Definitely.
More. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone like just sort of like did their own thing lah
Yeah,
with
I
their
just
career
do.
path.
Yeah, you're allowed to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were little, you mentioned that there was like you went to international school. Is it ISB?
ISB.
ISB. Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to ISB. When were you first aware that you were living a different life from your friends?
I think immediately after
The
the
whole
divorce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was there any part of you that felt like you needed to um make sure or macam not let your friends know what you were going through? Or did you have like a really strong support of friends, like
No, I never spoke to it. To
anybody
my
about
friends.
it?
No,
Mm.
because I'm a very private person. Like I'm really funny. You can
Yeah.
bawa, jalan makan apa. We can play netball together, but don't go there.
Oh.
When I was younger, just don't go
Yeah.
there. Because satu, I don't know how to talk about it. I am not like someone who's heart to heart, like menangis ke apa. And the thing is, I'm not a crier. I couldn't cry, and I'll get to that story.
Okay.
It's very difficult for me to cry as well. You'll learn lagi later. Tapi I'm not like that. Like I don't waddle in, sympathy.
Yeah.
Like, I just get on with it. It's okay.
You're
Just
not the
get on with
typical
it.
female who's very like
Emotional.
touchy-feely. Yeah,
and all that.
emotional.
No, I'm very tough love kali ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where that came from? Do you feel
A
like
lot of
you had to build that?
Yeah, a lot of trauma because when you come from a divorced family and you see your mother and your father not get along, and you see my family dynamic is very unique. And then growing up as well, macam di sekolah agama, or I was also moved to a government school for quite some time after the divorce and stuff. It was so hard for me to adjust because kind of the bullying. I was bullied, tapi I fought the bullying. Lah macam you
fought back.
putih kan, kena ucapnya si putih lah, si tapong lah. Yeah, it was really hard. Tapi I was very vocal about it. I didn't want to back down apa. So there was a lot of like rough and tough, toughen up. Like I still show up to school no matter what. Yeah.
This is really amazing. I really hope that young girls who go through the same thing can like see this and like stand up for themselves more and be vocal.
Yeah.
I really am very impressed.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullying. Like even out through teenage years, there'll be girls. It's just because our family is just very unique. Kali ba macam lain kali usul.
Yeah, but were you also was it also easy for you to make friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that transition from government school I can totally relate to. I've talked about it also in my podcast. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like macam you get made fun of for the little things.
For being different.
For being different.
For being able to speak English
smoothly, right?
very well.
Yeah.
For example, being more privileged, coming in a nice car, but you get really, you get subjected to so many things. But then I survived it. It was okay.
And then, so how far was your education?
I have a degree in public policy and administration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, you just went through school lah, Jua, like just to get through it, or because you could have started your business.
Yeah, I could.
But you
Tapi I'm very
decided to.
consistent lah. Pasal I always believe that if you don't have your education, you don't have anything. Macam you can do business. I understood the dangers of business. It's up and down. It is up and down. Showing up for it is difficult. And what if one day I just don't want to do it anymore and I have a backup plan?
Yeah.
Sure? I can bring my degree anywhere. Anywhere, any country, whatever. That is I think my value. So no matter what, finish your education. Okay, because I can actually tell the difference between somebody who is in business who is not educated and somebody in business who is educated. Yeah.
Okay.
So that one you have to save for yourself. You must finish your education no matter what.
Okay, and especially when like education is free to a certain extent in Brunei, right? Okay, then I have this one question. So the government is now pushing for the youth to go towards entrepreneurship instead of waiting for jobs, right?
Yeah.
But I think because of that, there's also a lot of people who feel like they're not equipped enough, or if they do feel like they're ready to start a business, it's like, this is from personal observation, right? Dorang macam, they just don't know how to take it further.
Yeah.
Because also, now that you mention it, because they probably didn't go through education, maybe that's why. But then again, I think in the digital world that we live in now, there's so many outlets that you can,
Yeah, so
there's
many
YouTube, there's so
opportunities.
Google
So many
also is for you to like get knowledge from, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say for someone who is starting a business but don't have the educational background? How do you feel like they can thrive,
Okay.
especially in this economy
I think
also?
in business, it's all mindset.
Okay.
Mindset. If you have no education,
Mm.
you have to go and learn something. Because
Okay.
once you stop learning, you really stop earning. Yeah. So it's when you said like there's so many, you know, the government is pushing our youth to do business. Apa. One thing is Brunei punya, you know, ecosystem environment is very difficult to start business. Our volume is so small and
Okay.
it's so scary
Yeah.
to do business alone.
That's
Okay, it's really scary. When I started business, when I really started my business in I think 2010 kali, I was with my best friend. We registered the business. We did everything right. And it was so much paperwork and we were just young. Nobody helped us, can book a bank account and all that. It was really scary. Really scary. I think, but what pushed us to do it was mindset. I just did not want to be like everybody else, like the people I graduated with, dapat kerja. And back in like when did I graduated? A long time ago. It was easier to cari kerja. They got married, they took a car loan, the cycle like that. I didn't want that life. I did not want that life. I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to do whatever I want. I wanted to, I think at that time, you know, our passion changes kind of. My passion was, I was just having a baby. I wanted more opportunities for baby stuff, apa di Brunei. So the thing that drove us was mindset. Mindset. You are just as good as your mindset. I mean, don't make an excuse about I'm not educated, I can't do business. Apa, you can, But if you say you cannot do, then of course lah confirm tan lagi dapat buat apa-apa tu. Because mindset, it really limits you. So also the culture that we grow up in, like people expect you to get an education, get a job, work for the government, work for the bank, carilah kerja. Tapi the sad reality is right now we have master's degree holder working at jadi cashier, jadi security, isi minyak. I've had master's degree students work at my restaurant. That's the reality. Now we're running on thin. There's no more job opportunities out
the
there.
job market is very limited.
So you have to start creating your own platform or look for a platform that is simple.
And then just grow that.
Just grow that.
Okay. But very interesting when you said like you were never interested in that corporate life, right? You've always wanted to do your own thing. Where do you think that comes from? Was there maybe a personal observation that you saw, like someone you knew who worked in corporate that you were like, oh, I don't want that life?
We didn't grow up in that life. And also I tried working. I worked for I think a year and a half after my diploma. I worked at IZZY as a marketing assistant. So I only had my IB diploma and then I worked. My gaji was only 500, but I did so well. And then I knew that, you know, it's waking up in the morning, going to the office at 7 o'clock, balik pun nada kerja pun sudah pukul 3, pukul 4 nada kerja tu pun duduk sajalah tunggu pukul 4 baru terbalik. Macam, you know, kalau nada kerja cari kerja kan. And
how are you so like on all the time and so disciplined?
I don't know, it's just mindset kan. So I knew I had something better to offer, so pandai-pandai lah cari jalan. I said I can do this and that. So they raised my gaji as well. They raised my gaji pretty fast. And then after that, after a year and a half, I decided that no, this is not the life that I want. I wanted to create my dream life, my own terms. I wanted to be a businesswoman. I wanted to open, and I haven't decided what I wanted to be yet, you know, but ultimately I have to go out there and belajar. Mesti belajar pandai buat surat, pandai bercakap. You know, you have to have something to offer, because kalau kita ni, I'll say I want to do business and I'm out there networking, what have I got to offer you? I have no money. I am nobody. I was nobody. Kan ke bank pun, kan minta apa-apa, kan minta loan ke apa-apa, nak kena pandang kau siapa? Nothing. You're nothing. So from that age, I said, okay, I really need to belajar. Mesti belajar no matter what, honors or not honors, apa, nyawa-nyawa ikan ke apa, you still have to get through it no matter what. And I enjoyed my university life, and it's something that everybody needs to experience as well, because you grow there and then you decide what you want to become. You have so much free time in university, then you decide who you want to be from there. And I also feel like, you know, I was just telling this to my sister, one of the younger ones. I said, you have to learn something that you really love, because at the end of the day, what your degree is will not determine your business ka, your success ka, apakah. You just have to have that experience in you, you know, discipline, finishing assignments, sitting for exams, studying for exams, that pressure, sitting down, listening to your lecturer. That is where you build discipline.
Yeah. It's not about the whole, it's the experience that
It's
you need to go through.
Yeah, it's not that piece of paper, that sigil. No, it's the experience, your discipline, you build it from there.
My
Yeah, you follow your timetable, you show up to class, even if you were staying up all night. It's that discipline that gives you that buffer time to decide who you want to become. So make sure, no matter what it is, pick a degree that you like.
At least, right?
Yes.
That will make you...
Jangan, you know, if you love animals, why are you taking a law degree? Yeah, just do what you... Because life is too short to be in the wrong place.
Exactly.
To be listening to the wrong things, to be, you know, not focusing upon no passion. Life is just too short for that. Yeah.
You know what I love when you said that, that when you went to meetings or when you went to the banks, you want to apply for stuff, right? You are nobody.
Yeah.
Kau siapa?
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people who walk into rooms, they sometimes either, it's both extremes. They sometimes feel like they don't belong in that room, so they make themselves feel small, whether it be insecurities or they just feel like they don't belong, or they feel extreme privilege, entitled. I deserve this loan, I deserve to be aku anak ani.
Do you know who
like,
I am?
Yeah. Like, why can't people have a little bit of both? Like, walk into that room, yes, you feel like you deserve to be there, you belong, but also like macam make sure you walk inside with the purest intention, and know what your goal is. When you walk out of the room, what do you want to take with you? I really like that. I've never heard anybody said that before, like, you're nobody, which is true. Who are you? You have no money to your name. What can you offer? So like, work on those first, and then like own it, work on it. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Because in 2012, I got married early.
Okay. Oh yeah. What year did you?
2010.
And you were how old?
2010, 23, 24, something like that.
God.
Yeah, because I wanted children. I wanted a family life, because I feel like I've always yearned for like that perfect family. Kan? So 2010 I got married, and then I was still in university masih. In university, and then I graduated, and then fast forward, after I graduated pun belum dapat kerja lah, I was doing my business inside a room with my son. And then in 2012, my late husband passed away in the helicopter crash.
Oh my god,
yeah. So from there, it was a very humbling experience lah. Very humbling, and that was a lesson that I really needed to learn.
Okay.
It was a lesson that I really needed to learn. I was, very young in marriage, and he was an amazing, amazing person. And I think I always thank him for giving me my two boys, my elder boys, and teaching all the lessons that I need to learn to be where I am today. So in 2012, I remember I only had $400 in my bank account. I was pregnant with my second child, and then I had nothing. And then I think from that day onwards, all the lessons, I keep on saying lessons that I need to learn, just smacked me in the face. because the most significant thing that I learned was kan dulu tu I was not a really a practicing Muslim. You know, biasalah, you know, I wasn't covering up apa, and people can do it in your own pace. Tapi bila when Allah really wanted to change you, like you be careful what you wish for. Really be careful what you wish for, because before he passed away baru takkan belajar sembahyang mana-mana pun ataupun qada-qada lah. And I remember going to the marriage, I kan sembahyang ataupun I malu because I didn't really know how to do it right. I think tahu-tahu pun Al-Fatihah, the basic ones. Macam you want to quiz me on any surah? No, I'm not going to be able to do it. So I had 0. I was down on 0, and I really had nothing. I had nothing. So that first lesson was when I heard the news that the helicopter crashed. We were tahlil, and then we were told to go to the Air Force kan. And then I was dressed. Kesian lah, so parut pun basar sudah. I just took a cardigan, put a tudung sarong, and then it was a very humbling experience because I could hear azan Isha sudah, and I said, okay, maybe I need to center myself, calm down, cari tempat sembahyang. So I asked someone di mana tempat sembahyang, that pointed me that way. Okay, I went there. It was a changing room, toilet changing room. And then I was looking around. I said, Ya Allah, Hanikah, you know, is this what I have become? Like, hinanya aku sampai kan mencari tempat untuk solat pun di changing room macam mana. So I did it. I prayed there. And then bila orang duduk, I was past the Yasin. Past the Yasin, to sit down, all sorts of emotions. I'm like in denial and everything. Kena bagi Yasin. And when I opened the Yasin, I did not know how to read it. And it took it to I understand it now at this day, to make me hafal baca Yasin and faham membaca Jawiyah tu. My late husband had to die to make me be able to hafal Yasin. So that was lesson number 1. And then lesson number 2 is I was still a nobody. I was nobody, and nobody was out there to save me and give me a house to live in. I had to pack up everything in my kami punya apartment at the barrack apa sendiri. I didn't do it. I only went one time and I couldn't do it. My sisters helped me do it. So many lessons, and ultimately mindset, very important mindset. And I was also at the receiving end of there was 12 other balu, and then we were categorized as balu with anak yatim. Lesson lagi. I was at the receiving end, macam people bagi sedekah, kena bagi duit sedekah, kena bagi barang yang bagas-bagasan to my children, to my firstborn. And I said I could do better than this. I can do so much better than this. Yeah, I could either just give up and just be someone yang okay, terima, okay, I feel sorry for myself, or I could get back up, pull my pants up, and just get out and do the work. So 2 weeks into the death of my late husband, I went back to work. Of course, like when I say work, it's just on Facebook, selling cloth diapers, selling nursing bras. But I did it so much better. I did it so well. Yeah. So that really pushed me to be better, and I wanted to be an example to all the balu-baluan yang kesian.
Oh my God.
So at that point pun, when I said it was really hard for me to cry kan. So dah tu Allah akan bagi rasa nak menangis kau. Menangislah senangis-nangisnya. After that nangis, okay. After that I stopped crying again. Like anything bad that happened in life, I cannot cry. Only kalau anything happens to my kids, apa baru terus. But I couldn't cry. But I can cry now. I took a lot of therapy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so rough and tough. Not overnight success. I have been down on my knees, 0. I have pernah tidur di lantai sejadah, just crying all night long. Macam kan mengenang nasib pun dah jauh pedah-pedah. Yeah, so I remember lying down on the floor with my sister and saying, what am I going to be? How am I going to do this? Yeah, how am I going to do this?
Like with all the life experiences that you went through, like personal, like I just don't know how you're able to pick yourself back up. It's almost inhuman in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, let's revisit that day. So when you said, okay, so you got married young. What was his name?
JJ.
JJ.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I think I've heard that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, people mention. Yeah, he was truly a loved person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how it got to my ears also. You were studying in UBD.
Yes.
So you were also pregnant at the time.
Yes.
Um, you were studying in UBD, and you also had that Facebook business at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So during that time, your financial income or financial was provided by
My late husband.
your late husband atau?
Yeah. Ataupun nafkah lah saja, nafkah.
Okay.
Yeah, only captain kan.
Yeah,
Bukannya, tinggi pangkat apa. It was cukup.
It was just enough.
Tapi it was not enough for me to give to my mother as
Okay.
well. I think that was one of the driving force as well. I remember I could only give my mom 100, or I could just balikan groceries. Yeah. And I have such a big obligation to, bagi my parents, bagi my siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time that when you were atau?
Yeah, when I was married atau, yeah, but sebab salah bab
Yeah,
kan.
yeah,
And then my Facebook storefront atau namanya pun jual-jual shop ganya bah.
Is it literally jual
Yeah,
shop?
jual shop,
That
because
is the most Brunei
jual
Facebook.
shop. Like, I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know what I wanted to sell. But ultimately, I wanted a different life. I was gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
But then, yalah, Allah, you wanna figure it out? There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay, if you don't mind, us going back there, because I want to understand the reason why I want to go back there is because when you told us the story, it was like it was a reflection of macam after it all happened to you, then baru tahu macam okay, this is like God's like will apa semua. But like when you were in that moment atau like macam, was it like immediate, like you really just like macam okay, you know what, like I can't keep crying, like macam I have my unborn like child and my son to think about, like macam tapi like before that, like what was running through your head?
I didn't think of myself. I wasn't thinking about myself. I was thinking about my son.
Okay.
I was thinking about my unborn child. And then ultimately when I got the news, it wasn't because my heart was broken. It was because I was trying to imagine the pain that he must have gone through when it happened. I was just trying to imagine. I was just trying to wonder who was in his mind the moment that, he passed away, and finding out how he passed away atau was another traumatic thing for me to process as well.
Are you okay to talk about
Oh
it?
yeah.
Okay.
I've gone through a lot of therapy to get to this point. And then macam getting his things back it was after a few days atau kan hantar barangnya back to me, it was still soaked, it was wet, his phone was inside Ziploc, and it was still all intact. So all these things that I wasn't thinking about myself, I was just thinking about my son. I was thinking about how I was in denial. Pasal rasanya pun macam dia masih I just felt that he was still alive. I didn't believe it. Kan macam dia belum balik, because throughout the marriage tu he was always being sent everywhere. Macam even my son pun kadang-kadang when he comes back from a very long exercise ke apa, yang dia kenal macam terkajut bah. Yeah. Dressed in baju sekali lagi macam he was kan. So I think maybe it was practice juga. So I wasn't thinking about myself, and throughout the time where I was grieving, I thought I was just surviving. I was surviving. I needed, and I was lucky because I have a support system. Of course, I couldn't do it alone. I could not do it alone.
Sure.
I mean, I had my, in my family life, I have a built-in system where my cousins are like my rock. Macam, you know how like if you're indah banyak adik-beradik, and then you know you have nobody, macam paksa rely on kawan. Friends come and go. They will say to you like, I'm here for you, call me if you need me. I'm not gonna call you if I need you to go out and get my child's diaper or whatever. I'd rather we have that built-in system. My sisters were there, so I have like my cousin traveling from Hong Kong, and I told them, don't ever leave me alone lah, pala. And we all like, I cried on the floor, they also cried on the floor with me, macam sakitnya tu luar biasa bah, sama-sama. Ada orang yang and I was lucky in that sense. I was really lucky. And also I needed my mom. I needed my mom, even if she didn't have to say anything. I just needed her to be there, and that is exactly what she did. I needed a few people in my life to just be there. That's enough for me. And I switched into survival mode. And I started to look for opportunities. I did things better. I wanted better things for my child. And then even when I was I was preparing to give birth to my second child, who went in with me to the labor room was also my sister, my cousins, my mom. God, so that was something.
You went through something really like, oh my God, like life-changing for sure. How did you have that conversation with your eldest son about your late husband?
Because we're really close to my in-laws, they're still very much like family. Still very much like family. I feel like he grew up in that. He saw everything. When I married my husband pun, he was there. My kids were on the pelamin with us. I mean, he grew up in that. So any questions he wanted to ask, he will ask. But then because he grew up in that. There was never a time where like there was a rift between families. No, we are very much one huge family. Even my 3 children pun, they believe they understand, they know that my other set of in-laws are their nini as well. I mean, what weekends we're over there, they're wonderful people. My in-laws are wonderful people, but both sets of in-laws. And the fact that my husband now punya family accepted my 2 boys as their own, it's just bizarre. There's no difference at all. They just open arms. You are ours.
So full of love.
Yes.
Like my heart is so warm. That's so beautiful. Oh my
And then
God.
it feels like going home. It's coming home. And I did not marry somebody new. He was my ex-boyfriend Jua, who I left to get married.
Oh my God.
Because he didn't want to marry me. I was so young. He wasn't ready to marry me. I told you I wanted children.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
I wanted children. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted a perfect family.
So you actually left him back then to marry the late JJ. Oh my God. And then, oh my God, that's so
Allah, kind of amazing.
I mean, if it's jodoh, right?
It's
written.
And just nobody can say anything about it.
Anything about it.
So it felt like coming home. It felt like, I didn't have to get to know him all over again. And I also believe that he definitely was waiting for me. Because it is, we grew up together. I know his family very, very well.
So it's always like within like a hindi jauh lah. He was always around somewhere. Oh my God. Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. I want to take this chance to remind you to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Talking to your friends and family about IZZY Does It helps us reach new listeners who may enjoy the show as much as you do. And as you know, we recently launched our crowdfunding campaign to keep the show going, but this is entirely optional. Those who are willing and capable can transfer however much into the bank account in the description box below. And as usual, I want to thank you for your incredible support and hope you enjoy the show. How did you get to a place where you were able to accept somebody, even though like you have like a history with them, but how were you able to find it within yourself to open up your heart to someone else?
He was, my husband is very easy to love. He's very easy to love, and he makes it so easy for me to like whatever lah macam he understands who I am. He understands how to handle me, how to manage me, maybe, you know, my ups and downs. We've known each other for years and years and years. He's just very easy to love. And it's very easy for him to also love my children as his own. Like my kids love him so much. Like there's no difference langsong, and the way that he takes care of me and my family and my mother and my father is, what's more to ask? There's no period of settling in. No, it's bila Allah hantarkan orang yang baik, yang
It just felt
semua
normal.
mudah. Yeah, so normal. Yeah, so because, you know, after hardship really comes ease, and my hardship was hard. Like I do not wish that pain to anybody. I do not wish that pain to anybody. And when I see somebody young, you know, just lost a husband, I feel it. I really feel it. I remember it. I don't want to go there anymore. Yeah, the pain is, whew, you can feel it in your stomach, in your throat. You can feel it. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did he reach out to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram.
Nasib je ya, macam belum kahwin je.
Oh, baik juga.
He was probably away. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Liyana's husband. Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Wonderful. I think it also like shocked a lot of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think people who macam see it from the outside, I guess it wouldn't make total sense to them.
Yeah.
But listening to you tell your story, and like me also I didn't have any external like influences, or I didn't know like your story, Jo. Macam when you talk about it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you said.
The people
you know?
closest to me, they feel like it was the right decision to make.
There
like
you
they
go.
feel confident. They feel relieved. Macam, oh, Isman. It's like, yeah.
What is his name? Isman.
Isman.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it just feels right. It feels right because he was always also in my heart. Macam, you know, you don't love this two people the same way. No, it's like when you have one child and you don't love the second child less.
Yeah. No.
It's different.
Yeah.
It really is different. But a lot of people who know me very well, my close friends, no judgments at all. No judgments at all. Even when because I got married pretty fast after when did I get married?
How fast?
I think I got married in 2014.
That's 2, 3,
Like a year and a half, something like that, after becoming a single mother. And also that comes from a place where when I look at my two children, I believe that they deserve a father figure. I'm not just thinking about myself.
Yep.
They deserve a father figure. They deserve a normal life. They deserve somebody to bring them to school, somebody to teach them things that I cannot teach them.
Yeah.
I can't even, I don't know how to tie a tie until now. That's my husband's job.
Yeah.
Imagine if I did not have my husband, or maybe if I had somebody who is not good for my children. So my children deserve so much better. And again, I was not just thinking about myself. It just felt right. It felt like home. I believe that my children deserve to have also my husband's family. It was very, very loving family. My mother-in-law especially is a wonderful and then both sets of my in-laws are really good friends. That dynamic, like people are always so much wow. My daughter would go to my my late JJ's, you know, parents, hug them, kiss them. They know no difference. Kids are so innocent. Macam they don't they don't know. No difference at all.
Oh my God, to them it's still family.
And my two boys as well. They love both sets of Nini.
They have an extra Nini. That's so nice.
Yes.
Right?
It's so amazing. Benar-benar. Like, what more can you ask for in life? They are so lucky.
I think from my experience, right, talking with a lot of like people now from this show, I think people who find happiness and success are people who really just do things for themselves. They don't care about what other people think. It's noise to them. They think about themselves. In your case, you also have your children to think about. Like you put them in the forefront.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you just did what feels right.
Yeah.
And I think that's an amazing thing. And I really hope like a lot of people will find courage
Yeah.
in
You
themselves to just
lower down the noise. Lower down the
mute
volume.
ka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was hard. It was hard because going back to my dream, I wanted a perfect family. I didn't want to stop at 2. I wanted a real family life. I wanted to know what it feels like. Indah kan nasib ko sudah pun broken family. Sekali I am also going to be a single mother. I didn't want that life for me. So I looked for a better life. I gave them a better life. This is the perfect life that I am creating. So lower down the volume. Of course, like kiri kanan, people are going to talk. But it did not matter to me because they were not paying my bills. They were not paying my kids' school fees. They were not going to tell Bru to pay for my kids' Wi-Fi. They were not filling up my car fuel. It is irrelevant to me. This is my life and you don't get to decide for me. Yeah. Okay?
I love that.
As long as I am not hurting anybody,
There you go. Yeah,
you get
that
over
also.
it. Yeah, I'm not hurting anybody. This is the life that I want. I want to be with the person that I love. I want my children to experience the most beautiful memories. Yeah. And then marrying into that family has opened up so many beautiful things in my life. Like, for example, Umrah. I was growing up, I never thought that it was nothing to me. I wasn't a person yang macam angan-angan kan Umrah, bawa this, bawa that. No, it never crossed my mind until it was also a lesson for me. Yeah. So that is also the rizki that is brought. Yeah.
When did you start therapy, by the way?
I think 2013.
2013. Oh, did you take therapy solely because of what you went through?
Because I needed to process so many things. Pasal I had a very hard time. I had anxiety.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I was depressed. I think I was ignoring depression. Did I have baby blues after giving birth to my son? I might have, but then I was on survival mode.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
You just
survive.
didn't have time to
I didn't have time for it. I was like, no. Tapi at the end of the day, it creeps up. Macam my heartbeat was really fast. My throat was closing down. Like I was so worried about the future. I was waking up in the middle of the night alone, changing diapers, breastfeeding, going through all the emotions. I was losing hair, losing sleep. I had no time for depression, but I was really anxious and I couldn't cry.
Wow, so
You know,
it
like,
went, but
it's so overwhelming. Like life is so overwhelming. I was chasing my dream life, like the so-called life I was creating. I just didn't want to lose. I didn't want to end up at square one again. I just wanted to keep going, and it was exhausting. I was so exhausted. I had no time for myself. I was keeping up with friends. I was doing school runs and doing everything at one point, and then I said, okay, I need to stop. I need to cry.
Yeah.
I just my tears need to come out. So I sought help. I went to a few therapists, just to I learned how to breathe. I learned how to shed a tear. That was like, it was an exercise just to get your tears out. Because I couldn't. There was a total disconnection. That is how my trauma, my hurt, my pain, my survival instincts and all that stopped me from just
releasing.
Feel myself, ask myself how I'm doing. I just cannot. Hindi dapat ba menangis satu, hindi dapat. Yeah, cannot. And sometimes I do go back to that pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very dangerous. So I still keep on going. I do body work. I do energy work. I do. During COVID was really hard for me as a businesswoman as well. I did the entire 2 years. I was doing online therapy as well with I think professionals from the US. So I had to be online at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. So that was a lot of work to get to where I am right now. Yeah.
Oh, so you sought therapy from not in Brunei, as in not
Mix and match everywhere.
Mix and match
everywhere, because I'm like that. If it doesn't, if I'm not there yet, I'm gonna look for something.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah, progressive. Yeah,
to find the right therapist for you.
Yeah.
You have to like keep searching for it.
Yeah.
Because not all therapists work for that one individual. Yeah.
So I am not the same person I was 10, 15 years ago. I'm completely different. I'm more zen.
Yeah.
I'm more open. I am calmer.
Yeah. Besides the fact that you are now very much self-aware of your emotions, you're more in a calmer state. What was the biggest difference? How were you back then? Because listening to your story, macam to me now, you've always had this certain drive about you. You've always been so ambitious.
Yeah.
You've always known what you wanted.
Yeah.
You want kids, so you got married young and you had them, and then you want to be you want to build a business empire, and you did that. So what was the biggest difference to you before and after, you would say?
Gratitude, I think.
So you were less thankful back then.
Yes, because I
Okay.
want this, I want this, I want that. I want, how am I going to get there? I mean, it doesn't matter if I lose friends. It doesn't matter if you don't like me. It doesn't matter if I am too loud, or it was just go, 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 go.
Okay.
Go. Yeah. It was very selfish, and I just wanted more and more and more. But it's just that I was in a state where I couldn't stop. I just cannot stop. I had to find a switch off button and calm down. My nervous system was all over the place. Couldn't calm down. Yeah.
Wow. And it's so funny how like macam coming from like a broken family, you're still able to disconnect that experience and not let that live in you, to be able to marry such a young age and have a family still. Like most people, that would be part of their trauma.
Yeah.
Like their view on relationship would be so like scarred.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've managed to like disconnect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why like I'm like very much like in awe. It's really hard for me to understand you, but then again, that's just who you are.
Yeah,
I
like-
do believe like some people are built different.
Yeah,
and I'm
definitely.
speaking to one right now. Like
Just built different. Yeah, definitely.
you are
Because
really. I think
just
that's the
because
term.
it didn't work out doesn't mean I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
and like you also want, because of what you saw, you want something better.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
improve. I want to improve, and I know who I don't want to become. Like-
Have you ever had like a victim mentality?
No, and
think that's why.
I think also that is one of my I think my worst traits. I think I hate the word victim. Macam when I hear someone like being victimized or acting like they are the victim and all that, I'm like, get over it. It's not. I hate the word victim. Like, how much do you have to reduce yourself to label yourself a victim? Everything is a product of your action anyway. You want to be a victim, you could have done many things to turn yourself into a victim. You decide who you want to become, and I definitely do not want to be a victim.
Yeah.
I am not a victim of anything because I pick my battles very carefully. I'm not a victim, and I do not want to be a victim.
Yeah. I think I relate to you in so much, and sometimes like it can go to a dangerous place where I have to like sit down and like, okay, wait, I need to practice compassion still, because I'm like you. I really hate people who have pity parties.
Yeah.
Like which call all their friends and be like, oh my god, my life is like so terrible.
Yeah,
You know.
no.
Anti ko to. Bana ko
Yeah,
anti to.
yeah.
And like I'm not, I don't want to get invited to this pity party.
Yeah.
Like count me out. You know, you need to sort your life out. Like
Yeah, okay, we respect your maybe you have to process things differently.
Yes.
But I am not going to seek attention and validation from other people. I do
Yes.
not need so many hands on me to like, oh, say so.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. When my husband passed away, a lot of people said, "Ay, kasian eh. Kasian eh." I did not want to be kasian. I was not kasian. I hated that word. Kasian. Kasian, I know how you feel, nya. Kasian. You don't know how I feel.
Can't believe someone
You
said that to
don't know
you.
how I feel, nya. But I had received so many messages on my social media and all that. If I'm here to help, I have friends from 100 years ago reached out to me. That was really amazing. Asking, telling me if I need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Blah blah blah. Tapi after 3-4 days, everybody's gone. The room just became really silent. And if I wanted something, I needed something, I had to ask from somebody else. So
You didn't like that.
no, I was not kasian. Not kasian. Definitely not kasian. Yeah.
Now that I see it, I think I understand that you are who you are today is because you've never pitied yourself. You've never seen yourself as a victim of a broken home. You've never seen yourself as the victim of losing a husband. You've never seen yourself as a victim of failure when it comes to business.
It's never like, why me? No, it's never why me. It's
Always like, what can I learn from this?
Yes.
And I love how you phrase macam tadi tu, like you endured a huge loss in your life, but you've come to a place where you look back and you set to meet the day like, oh, God said, you na mo nangis na, nangis na. Oh, you ano na pernah kan, you know, sembahyang apa? Nah, this is
Nah,
for
be
to make
careful
you
what you
pray.
ask for. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes. So that was it. Changed, and in life we need to learn those lessons. Yeah.
You always need to also be humble, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Because you don't want to be you don't want to experience being humbled.
Yes.
You want to always.
If you don't humble up right now, you will
someone's
be humbled.
Yeah, God, Allah will
Yeah.
always be like, Kawa.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time.
Oh my God.
So always do good. That is really conscious. Like my conscious that macam be humble. Always understand where other people are coming from. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So lots and lots of failures. Lots and lots of failures that people don't know about.
So
Yeah.
besides the huge loss, what are the biggest failure you can share with us in terms of Anila?
Business failures,
Okay.
friendship failures.
Okay.
I am just a normal human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who go through normal stuff.
Oh
right?
yeah, lots
Okay.
and lots of failures everywhere. Like opening branches that didn't work, running other outlets that did not work, but people don't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pick from friendship failures and like business failures. So the
Okay.
first one, you don't have to explain to me like macam why the friendship failed, but what was the biggest lesson in friendship because it failed that you can share with us?
I think I am it's not like I don't have any friends,
Oh, I'm
but
pretty sure you have.
people who understand me, who are really close to me, who are really dear to me and really genuine with me are the people that I have known for over 30 years, 25 years. Yeah, because they have seen me grown. But if I am put inside a new circle, they might see me as really aggressive, a go-getter. I'm waking up early in the morning, doing this, doing that, going on. My Instagram is already up, popping, and then I'm speaking in this and that event. But they can't keep up. They can't. They don't know how to become my friend, Jua.
Okay.
Because I am not like. I don't hang out with my best friend every single day. No, it's just I keep my circle very small because of the lessons also that I have learned with having a big. When I was growing, my business was booming. My Instagram profile was open. I was getting my new followers and everything, and all eyes were on me. People wanted to be my friend. Tapi they realized, macam actually. She's, quite aggressive, quite very driven. It's like when I have to go and
that's funny how it's a negative thing.
yeah,
Very driven.
yeah, because people just can't keep up, because they don't understand where I'm coming from, because they don't know my past.
Yeah.
My best friends, I've known them for like since I was small. Merati, faham? We still call each other, connect, and it's so easy to keep that friendship. Very easy to keep, but kalau macam it's not like we don't end up in really bad, I know, but you take yourself away from that circle and you just know that it's just not for me. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, I think maybe it's just my drive and my the way that I service my friends and how I invest in my friends are just different from what is expected, maybe because I don't have the time for tea parties. I don't have the time to go out for breakfast for hours and hours. I tried. I have tried.
Yeah.
But I just cannot. Like literally in the morning, I go out for breakfast with my husband. We both run businesses. We're like, pop, okay, go. Yeah, I don't have the time for it. And maybe eventually. And I was also reminded by one of the people who I do therapy with. And I need to invest in friends because my kids are getting bigger. When 20, 30 years down the road, friends are all I'm going to have. Yeah.
And family.
Yeah. So I'm starting to hang out with more friends now.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know, like relearning. Where have I been? Yeah. Where have I been?
My God, I love that.
So finding people that could just accept me the way that I am. I'm harmless. I'm macam cari kawan.
Is this an act to look for a friend?
Because it's so. I think it's people are scared to be my friend as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be very surprised. Maybe the ones who are very interested in being your friends are probably, they don't know how to say hi maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of how they see you on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I can give a testimonial now, guys. She's very harmless. She's very friendly.
It's very easy to
She's
be
very,
friends
yeah,
with Gay
so warm.
sebenarnya.
She made me cry twice. Crazy. Wow.
Yeah, but keeping up with me might be a bit difficult lah.
I think what you need is, I think like at my age now, I also like macam back then jumped from one friend group to another. And I think there was like a few other people who always like called me out for it or talked behind my back about it. Oh, si Izzy tu, ya kawannya selalu tukar-tukar tu. Like macam, you know, like as if they call, macam I've heard people say like, oh, I'm just a social climber. I'm a socialite. I pick who my friends are. And you know what? Recently, I've embraced that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I pick
So
my
what?
friends.
Yeah.
I want to pick my friends. People who I've let into my life are people who I have complete trust in.
Yeah.
People who see me as something more, who believe in me. And those are the people that I want to invest my time in. I have no time, like before we record, I have no time for small talk.
Yeah.
I have no time for like tea parties. You know, I like the people who I hang out with are the people who feel like home to me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not easy to find them, which is why I cherish them so much. I hold them to the highest regard, but not on a pedestal because I see them as equals.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's a very for a lack of a better word, clingy relationship. Like what you said.
Yeah.
You know, you
can
just
pick up where you left off.
you can pick up where you left off. It's like very non-committal. If they make plans this weekend, I tell them I have filming.
Yeah, like, okay.
Mana ada, they don't bitch behind my back.
Cinder,
None of that shit.
Yeah.
Because we're all adults.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has their own lives to live.
Yeah.
They're very supportive of what I do, which is why I love them so
Yeah,
much.
so you're in the right circle, finally.
Alhamdulillah,
Finally.
I'm in the right circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I hope one day you'll find that too. And I can tell you now, it's not going to be hard for you to find.
Oh, yeah.
There are people out there who share the same value as do. And I really hope that once this goes out, people will reach out to you and be like, hey, you know,
Hey, I want to be your friend.
yeah. Here's an application form.
I think also that it's so weird when, you know, my friends, or even when we get together and stuff, they end up buying things from me. Because I am a natural saleswoman. Like I have 14 years of business experience. I always
you
have
can't help
something
it.
to sell. They always want to buy something from me. So maybe like sometimes kalau berjalan ke apa ka, you know, I accidentally close sales.
Wow.
Yeah, with my own friends.
Okay.
Macam itu. So I think maybe like I'm just, when I go out, people are like business, you know, Lily Imani, business. Like I want to be known for something else as well.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and every time also when I came here, I thought, what is there for me to share with you?
You've shared a lot.
Like I don't know what I can share, like what my story is. Yes, I have a story, but then usually when I'm called out to speak, it's always about business. Like all the lunches that I go to and all that, it's always networking and business. Yeah. So yeah, like not a lot of people really know.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, rupanya okay si Liyana ni.
No, I also think, you know why? I think also the reason why macam I would say people have resonated with this show is because I don't think a lot of people practice having deep, meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
Like getting to know the person.
Yeah.
I think also, I don't blame them, Joe. It's because sometimes conversations like that needs to be taken in a very safe space, and not a lot of spaces we're around or exposed to feel safe.
Yeah.
You know, so much I'm so glad that like I've able to create this space with, you know, the crew that I admire, and like people who believe like macam in meaningful conversation like this, like guests who said yes, including you, like to have this space and to tell people like, you know, it's fine to talk about stuff like this, but you have to also respect lah, macam like if they don't want to share anything, like it's fine, you know. So like I really am so appreciative of you like sharing your story, and I feel like I hope now you've realized that you do have so much stories that you've shared already. Yeah. But when you said just now you want to be known more for your business, tell me, what do you want to be known more for besides your business?
That I'm human.
Okay.
I'm human, because I have like some moms message me like, how do you do everything? How do you like manage your kids? The thing is, I don't do everything. And I'm sorry if I show up like somebody, because you pick what you want to show in social media. Okay, what I share in social media is my name card. I don't like, if I wanted it my way, I'd just be showing pictures of food and cats and my kids. But I have to show, because I am a businesswoman. I have to show them what I have to offer. Kan? So some people think that, oh, I do it all. And someone asked me, last night, macam, how do you make time to do your laundry and put your clothes away?
The
thing is, I don't do it. I have to be able to we have to outsource our weaknesses. I'm not good at doing laundry and everything, and the same goes to everybody. Macam I want people to know that I am human. Yeah, I am human. My mom looks out for my kids. Like at times like this, it's my mom. I need my mom. So just like everybody else, you need your mom.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like some kind of superwoman who does everything. No, no. Like I post about, you know, all my healthy organic food and all that. I still love my kway teow, you know. My kids still eat junk food. Yeah, but it's just I choose what I want to share, and don't look at me like I'm some kind of superwoman. I'm not. I'm human. I am absolutely human. Banar human, especially if you see me in the morning watering my plants and feeding my cats.
It's not as glamorous as people think.
Yeah, and then people also think much, oh, you know, traditional business, so glamour. You know, you're a businesswoman. Kind of when you're people in business, you think, oh, steady any business. No, there's nada glamour langsung nada. Nada, okay? You know, macam my restaurant, Eat Well. You know, you see, oh, you know, so many followers, people are queuing up to get their healthy food. But guess who is up at 6 o'clock in the morning di pasar, you know, probably in Temburong ka pa mengambil all the fruits and vegetables? It's me. What glamour is that? I'm also the same person picking out broccoli. I'm also the person sometimes, you know, masak-masak juga. That's me. It's not glamour at all. Yeah. Fikir macam, you know, business owner kan? No.
What would you say is your since we're on the topic of like macam you saying you want people to see you more as human, right? So people have always seen the side of you that you choose to show, which is natural, of course. Social media, I read a quote once and it really resonated with me because sometimes I think twice whenever I post on social media because I'm like, would people even want to see this? But you have to think that when you're in this kind of business, you post stuff on social media, you're not posting it for your friends.
Yeah.
You're posting it for your audience, whoever your audience is. So even if it's something that you think your friends might make fun of you of, post it anyway. It's not for them. Yeah. If you want to have Instagram for your friends, then maybe have a separate account or use your close friends. Yeah, there you go. That's what I use that for too. So much of the rest, you just have to do whatever it takes to either market your business, you know, make yourself impressionable for the right people in terms of like business, kan?
Yeah.
So now, because you said you want to be known as more human and people have seen your strength, what would you say is your biggest weakness? Macam interview pulang. But no, seriously, like in a not formal way, what would you say is your biggest weakness? Personally and professionally. Let's make it that way.
I think I am very controlling.
Okay.
I'm controlling. Like, I need to be driving. Like, even when my husband drives, I drive him crazy. Yeah. I'm very controlling in a sense where, like, at work, macam, I need to be in control. Not like I'm micromanaging or whatever. I need to know where we are going. I need to know what time we're there. I need to know what is the outcome of this. I need to know how much we're getting from this. I'm very controlling in that sense. And also, macam with my children as well, like, I have expectations, like, yes, they can be whoever they want to become, whoever, and I give them the platform to thrive. But there are certain things that has to be like in my control, macam bedtime, and then what am I going to cook for them, what they're eating. I think my weakness, not weakness, that is my the negative side of me. Very controlling. Like if I'm in a plane and there's turbulence, I lose it because I'm not in control. Yeah. When I'm in a different country, we need to get a car and drive. I'm not going to be at the mercy of Grab drivers. No, I want to drive. Yeah. So I need to be the captain everywhere because I want to know where I'm going. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I take charge. Like it's always so easy for me to take charge, and I don't give anyone else a chance to thrive. Yeah, because it's always like me. I'll do it. Macam if I'm so impatient as well. Macam kalau, you know, like doing house chores or whatever, like I'll just do it because I do it faster. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Something like that. It's very impatient and very controlling. Not like controlling, obsessive and possessive. It's just like I need to be the captain.
You need to be the one steering.
Yeah, like I need to win. I need to be number one. It's like that. When you do something, do it really, really well. Yeah.
Some of those I relate to because like I feel like sometimes when you have a vision, right?
Yeah.
You feel like other people might not understand your vision, and you need to be the one to execute it.
Yeah.
No matter how like macam like how you're not able to execute, you just have to find a way to
Yeah.
like do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also macam when you said like macam when you're in a plane, like the turbulence hits, and like because I have a fear of flights, and one of the things besides being claustrophobic,
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons too. I don't like the feeling of placing my life onto someone else.
Yeah, someone else's hands.
Oh, but macam
Yeah.
that concept to me is just like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. So like macam in turbulence kan, the seatbelt sign goes on and I'm like, okay. I will fight it. I will say, excuse me, can I go to the toilet? I need to be in control. They're like, okay, ma'am, but be very careful. I'm all right. I'm good. I just need to stand up. I need to center myself. I need to be in control. Yeah. So like I would just spend as much time as I can doing things. Like I would even clean the toilet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Because
might
need
actually
to,
do that.
Yeah. You keep yourself
It
busy.
helps, huh?
Yeah, it helps.
Okay.
Like get something from your bag, drink water, ke apa ke, ask for something,
Just
whatever.
to distract
Yeah.
yourself.
Because that is the problem with wanting to be in control. Yeah. Yeah. Take off landing, fine. It's
Yeah, yeah,
fine.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is turbulence, like especially when you can't see anything outside. That is like my control it's lost. Like kalau it's turbulence, but you can still see the clear sky, I'm good.
Okay.
Because I can see.
Okay.
But when you can't see anything, you can't control
That's
the vessel, you can't, no. I start to like look for creative things to like just get my mind off it.
Okay.
And you know it's safe. It is safe.
Sebenarnya,
It's
yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
It's just that control.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's an
So that
example.
would you say is your biggest like weakness in terms of professional and personal?
Yes.
Okay. So do you feel like, is it still something that you feel like you want to maintain, or do you feel like you're slowly learning?
I'll take it or leave it, no? love me or hate me. But no,
Yeah.
I think that is part of my personality. So it's
Okay.
harmless sebenarnya because I know how to like, I know when to back off.
There you go.
I know, I think with all the years of seeing some of the advantages and maybe the damage that I have done with by being controlling, I know when to stop, when to slow down, when to perk it up a bit, who I could, not psycho, but who I can
Entrust.
yeah, and also who can counter control
Yes.
me and calm me down, which is also my husband. Yeah, like he's my safe space. He's like, he knows like nobody can talk to me the way that he talks to me and calms me down and everything, because I'm a very what's that word, very not aggressive, but I think a powerful energy.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Assertive, like very, basically you know what you want. Like,
Macam bukan na pemaksa lah. That's why I'm a
Yeah.
saleswoman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Saleswoman. Like I could sell houses, I could sell whatever. I could sell you anything. That is the power, the energy in me. So yeah.
where do you think that comes from? Also, you feel like from a very young age?
Yeah, taking
like, macam
charge.
taking charge atau
Survival.
survival mode.
Yeah, survival mode.
Yeah.
Because I think people don't give enough attention or credit to our unique survival modes. We all have survival modes.
Yeah. Because you're this force, right? Like macam because in society, or like I feel like everywhere around the world, not just to like macam be like, oh, Brunei itu ni, no, but like I think anywhere around the world, when a female has this much power, have you ever been in rooms where you felt like men don't take you seriously or view you as like macam
No,
never?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I have put myself
In that,
yeah.
because you've always been that one
Because
person.
they don't intimidate me. Yeah, they don't intimidate me because I know I have the wisdom, I have the experience,
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. Of course, like you feel really nervous. I mean, the only way you feel nervous and small and you feel like you don't belong in a room is when you really don't belong in the room. There's a reason why they call. I mean, when I first started being called for jadi panelist, speakers, and all that to small events, I felt like an imposter syndrome. Like, what have I got to offer on this table? I don't know. Apa jo bisnesku dulu, bisnes kecil-kecilan, jual shop. Kan? I don't know.
Jual shop, yeah.
Don't know anything. But then I think it's also exposure therapy because in the business world, yes, I can offer you some tips, I can offer you advice, I can offer you things that you can take with you to survive in this ecosystem. But when it comes to things like this, I really wasn't sure, like, what is there for you to ask? Like, there's, and then you told me, like, not a lot of people, like, you were researching, you don't know. You don't know what, I mean, all you've heard is probably like gossip. But I didn't know I had anything to offer. So being in the right room with the right people is very important.
Yeah.
So that you don't feel small.
Yeah.
You gotta know what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also tadi what I wanted to say before I was like I forgot. It's like when you said, you know, I like how you said macam you being in control is something that it's part of you, right? And like it's only negative if you don't practice self-awareness.
Yeah.
So like you said just now, because you've experienced like some like consequence as a result of your controlling ato,
Yeah.
you know now when to back off. And I think that's very important that you have that self-awareness.
Because kefahaman na tu mahal ba? Kefahaman. Like you don't want to be a narcissist.
Yeah.
Like it's okay for you to be in control, but be in control at the right time, the right environment, the right temperature, with the right people, or else you're just a narcissist. Yeah. So self-awareness, kefahaman, mahal, very expensive. Yeah. A lot of therapy.
Itu tu ah.
Yeah, self-awareness, sadar diri lah, sadar diri, tahu diri. Yeah.
So you attribute most of your growth thanks to therapy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of people are so scared to go into therapy, like, you know, kau ni kadang-kadang ucap ku gila ke apa. No, it's not. Therapy is really, really important for you to grow. Yeah.
I think now, because like mental health is such a big topic, right? I think people are slowly easing into the idea of therapy.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's also intimidating lah, right? I can understand how some people find it intimidating. Like macam not everyone has the ability to let their heart out to another human being.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things like trust issues there.
Yeah, vulnerability.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you've experienced that and you attribute most of your growth to therapy in hopes that hopefully whoever's watching this is going through something, like is open to exploring the idea of therapy.
Yeah, it's just switching your perspective saja. That's it. It's not changing you or anything. It's just perspective. Yeah.
Who would you say is your biggest influence in terms of like throughout your whole entrepreneurial journey? Has there anybody you've been looking up to or you have looked up to, or like macam,
Who inspires me?
Who inspires you?
I think for me, inspiration is always changes. Like when I look at things, when I look at other people, when I hear something, when I hear someone say something. But I think the one thing that is most constant, that keeps me going every single day, wake up in the morning, show up, is my child, my children.
Okay.
I have to be, they inspire me to, you know, it's like a relay. Like you want to change the generation. I don't want them to have to do things that they don't want to do. I want them to see that it's okay to be different. It's okay to open businesses. It's okay to see me fall and fail and get back up again. Because it's not all the time that they see mama on the stage, successful, go on holidays, be able to afford this and that. There are also times where they see me work late at night. They have seen me cry. They have seen me stressed out, like even with my husband as well. He's in business as well. They have seen all kinds of stages. And I want them to know that it's okay to live like this as long as you do not give up. So my biggest influence and inspiration comes from my children, because I don't want them to ever feel like they should follow a certain expectation. No, you can do whatever you want to do, but make sure you do it well. Make sure you never ever quit. Never ever quit. You can see me fall, cry, whatever, never quit. And they are that source of inspiration to make me wake up in the morning. Because before children, I just want to do whatever, macam cowboy bana-bana. Ada, nada. Okay? 400, okay, no problem. But looking at their faces, I want to do so much better. I want to be that example for them. So they inspire me to become the best at any platform that I am going to be the best for them. I am fighting for them. At times where I have to leave them to work, to go to stages, to go and see my network, to be working at night, I will look back. I have this lump in my throat and I say, I am fighting for you. It's for you. It's for you. Yeah. So recently I had to leave my daughter for the first time. I had to go to KL, and this was just one night. Usually I would bawa ya. I would bawa. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I would bawa her.
bawa,
But this one time, I had to have both hands and I had to focus benar-benar. So padahal it was just one night. I left at pagi, and then I was supposed to be back 24 hours later. One night she wouldn't sleep with me, and we were hugging at the airport, like as if I was going to go for like a month. like I was in the terminal, I was crying at immigration. I was crying. Padahal like to me, like, oh my God, sungguh berat dugaan to meninggalkan anakku demi, sacrificing for them. I look back and I say in my heart, and it comes from here, I am fighting for my children. I want to be the best example for them. I don't want them to see me sudahnya basar macam mamaku ndak buat apa-apa. I want to give them the best they can in what we dream of together as a family. It doesn't have to necessarily look like other people's dreams.
Yes.
But we have our own plans for our children that is unique to our family.
Yep.
But I do the best I can. And it's not easy to make it look easy coming from me, yang buat business from zero, organic. I never took a loan. It came from Facebook. I was selling my stuff in belakang bonet di Super Save, and customers were coming to pick up their orders di dalam bonet kereta. Mana apa glamour? Apa glamour? Masa ni ganya glamour sedikit. But
because of all your hard work.
That is where I started from. That is where networking came from. Okay, so it is for my children, and that is what I'm going to show them. And masa parut, with my second child in my part, I was sending orders and everything, and my firstborn was looking at me. He was looking at me do that. Indah malu. I was not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed of being embarrassed at all. I'll put myself out there for my children. Jadi ibu yang bijaksana. I want them to remember that forever. Ibu yang bijaksana. I want them to look back nanti, like my mother did everything she could to give us this kind of life.
And I like how you said macam, like, you let your son or your children see you thrive, and also like when you're down. I think it's very important, because I feel like parents, they shield a lot from their kids, because I don't know, it's pride kali. I don't know what the reason is. I'm not a parent. I don't know. I can never tell. I can never say on their behalf. But I feel like with that, it also like plants a sense of compassion, empathy, to be able to.
This is the real life.
This is real life. To let your children know that it's not always up. There are some moments where you have to embrace the low moments in order to go back up.
And one thing I also want to teach them is don't be afraid to feel embarrassed. Don't ever be afraid to feel embarrassed, because people get over whatever they think of you so fast.
Just like
that, so fast. You are irrelevant. Don't ever be afraid of being embarrassed. You do whatever you can do, whatever feels right to get you out there.
So in relation to your children, there's this one question, kelurusan jawab. So macam, what legacy do you hope to leave behind for them, and like how do you want them to perceive your journey and like the values that you've instilled?
Oh, that's a very heavy question. Legacy.
We can do it part by part.
I am building a legacy, and I have it depends what legacy means to you. Kan? What does legacy mean to you? Kan? Tapi for me, legacy is not giving them a trust fund. Legacy is not giving them, sebuah rumah seorang ka, hand them down a business ka apa ka. It is the ability for them to be able to pick themselves back up when they are down. You're going to fight this life. You are going to create your own life, not with anybody's expectation. You can do whatever you want. But one thing, adalah general rules you have to follow. Finish your studies. Okay. Be good, do good. But you can do whatever you want to do. And also, you have to have that what I leave them behind. Of course, if kalau ada rezeki, yes, I will leave them with lots and lots of money to make them very comfortable in life. Tapi you have to know how to manage that money. You have to deserve that money, because that is ultimately my hard work. My hard work. You don't get to ride on that. Okay, you be very careful with that. You don't get to ride on that. I bring my kids to work as well, so they learn. That is the legacy that I leave them. You get clever. Okay, you learn, and then you also know how to survive in this world, no matter where you are. You must be able to survive situations in rooms ka, in difficult times, in business, in finance ka pa. The legacy that you leave is not always buildings and money and apa tu keturunan harta keturunan. No, it's what you leave here and here. Memories. Memories is very important as well. Sometimes like when you look back and you remember the best things when you were small. Like playing with your cousins. There's always very unique things that you remember, and you don't remember the bad things in life when you were small. Nada kan? So I want my children to always remember me and my husband and dia punya apa tu nini-nininya, all the best memories. And I always tell them, like when I take them depan Kaabah, when I take them out to experience great things, I tell them, remember this moment forever, because when mama and dad is gone, you will miss us from this. Okay? So don't ever discount when you want to take your kids out. Ke Jurong Park tak saja. Ke naik roller coaster tak saja. Whatever. Hold their hand and tell them to remember this moment forever, because I'm so happy with you. This moment, I love it so much. I hope you remember it when I am long gone. I want them to remember all those little things. That is the legacy I want to leave behind. Not money, whatever. They can find their own money.
True.
We all boleh cari duit sendiri. Jual nasi katok pun boleh dapat duit.
But memories.
Memories is very important, because you want to remember. Because there are, when you come from a divorced family and there's a lot of things, a lot of baggage, and you tend to forget because you're traumatized, you're scared, you hide, you don't want to talk about things, you just dismiss, you don't remember a lot of things. But I remember all the wonderful things that I did with my mom and my dad. I remember when Fuad was born, when my sisters were born. I remember all the beauty. I was so excited when they were born. So excited. I loved giving them bath times. That was like the highlight of my life when I was 12 years old. Yeah. So I want my children, I want to leave them with that. I want to, like, the one time my firstborn, we went Umrah together, Hari Raya Umrah, Ramadan. I did it together with him, because it's really hard to have one-on-one time when you have a lot of children.
Yes, true.
So you have to service each children. So I took one, and then he said, I can do this alone already. I know how to do this entire thing alone. That is the legacy I want to leave behind. To be able to provide him the platform, the ability and the resource to be there and be able to understand the rituals, getting there, not getting lost, doing whatever doa ke apa, ajar berdoa, ajar itu. That is the legacy I want to leave behind. Yeah. Teach them how to book the ticket, teach them how to look for hotels. That is what I want to leave behind. Not like when I'm long gone with my husband, they don't know what to do with themselves. No. Duit boleh cari sendiri. Experiences, memories. Yeah.
Those are priceless.
Yes. Yeah. Leave them something to remember. Yeah. That makes you miss your parents.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So out of all 5, can you already tell, like, macam which one's gonna go into business?
I know already.
Oh, really?
Although, yeah, we have this conversation. We actually sit them down and I map out, because it's always good to explore with them, because I don't want them to grow up having to decide on their own, kan? Because I had to struggle deciding on myself. I didn't know what I want to become. So I asked them, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? And then dengan sendirinya keluar, like one son, number 3, said, I want to make Burj Al Rahman. He wants to open the tallest building in Brunei. I said, okay, so let's get a paper and how do you get there? Where do you find this? What is going to be inside there? So you buatlah mind map macam itu. So I hope he remembers that when he's older. When maybe the time comes, law of attraction, manifestation, maybe punya rezeki, he'll remember that Mama sat down with me and taught me this. Yeah, like I have an artistic child who like loves drawing and everything. I'm not gonna like pack up his color pencils up, but when he feels like he needs to draw, go up, encourage him. What are you drawing today? What do you feel? What colors? How do you feel drawing this up? You have to give them encouragement that they will remember forever. That's going to be their dorang punya thought process juga in the future. Yeah. So jangan hidup ni jangan macam cowboy lah, basically. Step back when they're doing something. Step back and look. How can I add value to this? How can I make them remember this better? How can I make them thrive? Because that is going to be the legacy I leave behind. Them to always be able to think and process things and deliver and execute. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so beautiful. I have a favor to ask of you.
Okay.
In case there are parents who are watching right now, or parents to be, or who just have their like newborn, because I cannot tell parents what to do. I'm not a parent myself, not even married.
Okay.
Yeah. But you as a parent, I have a favor to ask of you. Maybe tell us why it's so important to encourage your children or to support them in whatever they do in order to develop them as a person. Because I feel like nowadays a lot of parents want to control their children's future.
Yes.
I don't understand why it never works. Okay, there are some cases where it's successful.
Yeah.
You know, because you tailor your child to
Because
go to
you
that.
get a child yang dengar cakap.
Yeah, yeah. But like, how is it? Yeah, macam how can they be more open-minded and like just not be so fixated on wanting their child to be one thing, but also it's okay to want them to be a certain way, but also to be open in case it doesn't resonate with their child.
Yeah. And it's okay to change. And all
Yeah.
that.
So please, parents, listen. Yeah.
With like I see this a lot with especially kalau anak-anak exam.
Yeah.
Moms and dads are always revising with them, making sure that they get number one and posting their results on social media. Say, Alhamdulillah, 5 A's, this and that. But with my children is, and this is something that my husband had to learn from me as well, because he was very traditional that way as well. It's,
Okay.
your Ugama exam is coming. You need to be revising.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm not good at teaching my kids.
Okay.
My husband, we are good at other things. We are good at meetings, business, apa ka, having tea, whatever, makan. I'm not good. I'm not a good teacher. And you can see this during COVID as well.
Okay.
Macam masa online learning. All the parents were so stressed out, scared that the kids will be left behind, this and that. Okay, I'm not good at teaching. I will pay somebody to teach my kids so that I can spend quality time with them.
Instead, right?
I am not a good teacher.
Yeah.
I'm really, really scared.
Kalau
Masa
salah.
COVID, I thought to myself, if I do this myself, they're not going to be clever. They're not going to understand anything. They're going to be traumatized because I have no self-control. I have no patience. Kan? So I pay someone to tutor them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be 5 hours a day. No, it's literally like half an hour, 1 hour a day. Quality work.
Yes.
Masa exam. Why are you revising with your child when the examination is supposed to show their true understanding? If they struggle, they struggle. Then let the system support them. Okay? You don't want to force them to hafal itu ini. They don't understand anything. Then you can understand what your child needs support from. From there, if you let them be independent, they will figure out who they want to become. We cannot be breathing down their necks and say, revise. Okay? Macam, what sports do you want to play? Macam semua orang, boys are expected to play football. Girls are expected to go in ballet classes. No. Let them decide who they want to become and don't breathe down their necks. If you're not good at revising, they really, ultimately, they don't need to be number one. They need to reflect dorang punya true capability in class. Because, you know, exam satu semua, it's very standardized. Not everybody thrives the same. Yeah. So just let them just take a deep breath and just love your child the way that he was supposed to be. Whatever he's born to become, just accept. Set boundaries, yes. They must follow certain rules.
Yep.
But let them exercise freedom. Yeah. Freedom is everything. Yeah.
How about in terms of like macam, like you said, yeah, like determining dorang punya career path. Like some parents go as far as
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you're going to be a
tailoring.
lawyer, you're going to be a doctor.
I don't think they understand the pressure that they're putting on their child.
Yeah.
And like how it can cause them to rebel instead.
Yeah.
You
And then
know?
jadi depression lah, apalah, because they're
Yeah.
doing something they don't want to do. You can't live your dream through your child.
Yeah. Oh my God. That
Have
is
your own. Let them
powerful.
have their own. Yeah. And also, as like silly as it sounds, like sometimes you cannot tahan, like, oh my God, he really wants to be this. Biar dia. Because you're not going to be here forever. He's going to have to, you know, suffer the consequences of the things that you chose for them. And they're going to really regret and also have really bad feelings about that when you're long gone.
Resentment.
Kadang nak kena doakan kadang.
Oh my God.
Gergitannya. Kan?
Yeah.
Sekarang you don't want to be the cause of dorang punya depression and, you know, anxiety, whatever. Just let them be, whatever. You know, Allah jamin rezeki. Don't worry, Allah
That
jamin.
one too.
Segala-galanya dari Allah.
Yeah.
InsyaAllah. If they feel like it's right, Allah jamin. Yeah.
God.
Okay, faham?
That's macam yes, teacher. Yes, Kak. That is beautiful sound advice, and I
Yeah.
hope that people will take that with like a positive mind and like open-mindedness and like wholeheartedly lah. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Last question before we wrap this up.
Okay.
Oh my God, this has been so much fun. Oh. So, in an alternate reality where Liyana Latif isn't doing business, isn't busy running 5 businesses,
Okay.
what do you think she would be doing right now?
I would be a doctor.
Someone with your other sister ato?
Indah, I want to be like a holistic doctor yang tahu everything. Like treating people, just like, just want to be a doctor.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm Dr. Google. Yeah, I'm
What?
just doctor like whatever research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to be, no, I think now I want to be a doctor.
Now you want to be a doctor?
Yeah. Inspiration change.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, I feel like you can still do like what you said, right? You at this point you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you still have the bandwidth to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or else you don't have your plate too full.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I love learning about cancers. I love learning like my podcast. You know how people have they love thrillers ka?
Yeah.
My podcast could give me a medical degree.
Oh, wow.
I am all about like how to manage diabetes, where it's coming from. So many medical things like my podcast ato. Some more conversations with doctors.
Wow. I think also because you've already developed this like discipline of constantly learning. You saw your education through till the end, and then you're still, even though you're running like successful businesses, you still learn. I think that's one thing people always forget.
Yeah.
Wanting to be the know-it-all in the room.
Yeah.
And not listening to other people.
Yeah.
I've been in rooms like that.
Yeah.
Like I just sit back and listen. Kau benar-benar mau macam kau tu yang paling tahu lah.
Tahu benar-benar. Yeah.
Like chill.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, kalau mau tahu mesti ada isi kan, mesti ada isi. So every day I need to learn every day. When I'm cooking, when I'm doing the kids punya school lunches, when I'm in the car, it's podcasts.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays long form content people don't have the intellect and patience anymore.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, nada focus.
Yeah. I sometimes struggle with that too. But like I'm trying to like really like reframe my brain into like macam being able to focus for a long period of time, being able to like macam be productive and be smart on how I do things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I have a really good tip for you.
Okay.
If you want focus, don't do it very, very long. Just give yourself 1 hour saja per day.
True.
1 hour, but you get everything done.
Yeah.
Everything done, laser focus, like nobody disturb me. No, don't touch your phone. Classical music on. Don't go jangan balik-balik minum air supaya balik-balik ke jamban. Indah. You're fooling around.
Yeah.
But just focus 1 hour per day.
Okay.
You'll really see the momentum and you'll ride through the momentum for months and months. 1 day, 1 hour only.
Okay.
No matter how rubbish you are in focus, 1 hour per day. That's it. It is a life changer. Yeah.
The world will still go on for you 1 hour. Like,
Nobody will miss
nobody
you.
will miss you for an hour.
No,
Yeah.
nada. Nobody's going to send a helicopter looking for you. It's just 1 hour. Luckily, very, very quality work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
And
God.
be consistent. Jangan hari ni saja 1 hour, tu minggu depan 1 hour. Nda. Hari-hari 1 hour.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like to say before we end?
I don't know. No. I'm all talked out.
You're all talked out.
I've laid out so much, I feel like. From thinking that I have nothing to talk about. To macam banyak je cerita kau ni sebenarnya.
You've shared so much.
I hope it's really quality sharing.
It's quality. I've taken away so much, and I'm very excited for this episode to come out. Like genuinely, because I feel like it touches on a lot. Yeah.
Inshallah. Yeah.
Personal work, professional work, self-reflection.
Self-development, reflection, and all the darkest things,
Okay, and if that's the case, then that's all I have for today.
All right.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. We're done.